Jan, that's yours.
Yes, sir.
Ordinance 6 will be third reading,
So
Sylvia.
are we gonna be able to talk to Mark, ask him questions?
You
When
can
is the
talk.
appropriate time to do it?
Before we vote on it, the mayor will give you time, if there's any questions, anything you
Okay.
wanna identify, we can ask it on the floor directly to whoever you'd like.
Okay, thank you.
Ordinance 6, Sylvia, third
Yes,
reading.
I got it.
Ordinance 7, Sylvia, third reading. Ordinance 8, third reading, Jan.
Yep,
9, Jan, third reading.
yep.
10, third reading, Sylvia.
I would like to hold this at second. I've been talking with a representative from the treasurer's office who has offered to come at our next meeting and do a presentation in the public comments area.
Gotta be 15 minutes long.
It's gotta be 15 minutes? No, I think.
No, we
we're
can,
good.
if something like that comes up, obviously we'll accommodate, so just,
Right.
we
We'll
know
just
ahead of
hold it
time
at
they're
second.
coming. Is everyone okay with holding it at second?
Sure. Sure, I'd
Jan?
like to find more about it.
Jane, you okay with that?
Oh, I already shook my head.
Oh, I'm
yes,
sorry, I didn't see it. Okay, hold it at 2.
You didn't hear the rattle?
13, Jan, second reading.
You sure you don't want me to read it again? And then just to preface it first?
Let me say something about 13 just real quickly.
13.
We're being held hostage. If we don't pass this and get this paid, they're not providing the information necessary to Chagrin Valley so that, you know, we don't have the backup data for the Sioux Culvert, we don't have it for the Guadalupe, we don't have it for the Ledge Road. They are holding back information. So,
So basically they want their money. in
they want
order.
their money or otherwise they're not gonna give us the information and therefore the city can't move forward.
This is where we talked about that. It was money that
I
appropriated.
just want
Yeah, it
to,
was money that.
I just want to clarify, there is money
Yeah,
in
Chesapeake has the answer.
401 for Guadalupe. There was
Yeah,
money.
here's what happened on
She
this
lo-
one.
she did the
Okay,
research for us.
So the invoice is dated December 25th. There was no PO earmarked for it, so
Yes,
there's no PO, they can't get paid. So the money that, this $4,700, almost $4,700, it's money due them, but a PO wasn't cut for them. So it was money that was part of the OLG allocation.
I know.
So it's not like it's different money or
Right.
more money than they're due, it's just that there was no PO cut. If there's no PO cut, it cannot be encumbered. It wasn't encumbered money. So
Okay.
now they're taking it out, it's.
I see, they didn't
215.
encumber it when they should have. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's not new money. I mean,
Okay.
it's not additional.
I
money,
get
it's
it.
like that.
All right.
Does anyone have a problem going to third reading? on
No,
that?
I don't. No.
All right, third reading, Jim. Ordinance 14, Mr. Bilkey, second reading.
Okay.
Mayor, is there anything else you're gonna add to that tonight, or anything else we need to know about it?
Not tonight, we do have an amendment, but that'll come shortly before your next meeting.
Was that anything to do with my question? And I actually, after, when I emailed you guys about it, John said they do have a security guard on the weekends and it hasn't helped with the security.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think your question was though, is in addition to that, was as it relates to whether or not we could incorporate within this security guards for those types of establishments. And I think we already have on the books, by the way, from years ago, when we had party centers, we took that off, we repealed it.
It was repealed in 1992.
No.
And there's,
Yeah, oh, yeah,
there's,
that's,
the line record has that information.
Okay.
I do have
Well, I
some
remember it as being
comments.
in place, so.
I do have some
Can we hold
comments.
those for the floor?
Yes, I will, yeah. But I'm going to hand it out to everybody on council. And I have some questions after reviewing the chief's security report.
You were mayor.
Okay?
all right, so I'm on board with that second reading?
Just second reading,
Right.
not hold it.
Memory's gone.
Second reading, gotcha. Know what you mean, sorry.
Ordinance 15, capital improvements for the service department. Mayor, can you expound upon that one?
Well, I think this is to pay for the $146,000
Right, and again on
piece
this
of
one, here's what
equipment that
happened.
was bought in 215.
Here's what happened on this one. Because that money was allocated, but it wasn't spent, we would have been in a negative fund balance for 401. It's not that we didn't allocate the money, but because of the other money spent, there would be negative. So Rhonda, and she'll address this herself, Rhonda closed it out so we would be in a positive fund balance, that we wouldn't receive a citation. So she's just asking for it now to be reappropriated.
Okay.
It's
So
the
they-
same amount.
This
It is
is,
the same
Did
amount.
they buy the loader already?
No.
Alright, so it's just putting money in so we can
It's,
buy it?
right, because it was appropriated.
Yes.
How about the, for the crack ceiling?
Well, that's part of specialty construction, that's due them for the work that
Okay,
they did.
so
That's
that's
already
due
worked.
for work,
That's
that's
already
already done,
performed.
And in
okay,
the ordinance, it does identify, specialty construction.
okay.
Anyone have a problem going to third reading on 15?
No.
No.
I do not.
All right, I will take that one. Ordinance 16, confirm the appointment of the mayor to Ed Marak to the position of building and equipment maintenance supervisor. Mayor?
As you know that Dino Morato, he resigned. I'm not quite sure how long Dino had been with us, but Ed Marak had previously held this position. Ed Marak is currently at Sherwin-Williams. Ed Marak possesses all of the credentials to do boiler and other maintenance needs for this building as well as other buildings within our city. That includes the rec facility. So when it comes to being able to go out and handle the heat exchangers and the boilers, and hot water systems, he's able to handle all that. He's certified in all those areas. Ed
Can
has
I ask
also
you
been
this?
a firefighter in our city for as long as I can remember.
Is this a budget neutral appointment? I gather
No,
you're
actually,
replacing-
he's actually gonna get about $3 more an hour than what was paid to Dino. And that's because his certifications are greater than what Dino had.
But we lost someone, so he's replacing someone.
He's
so we
replacing
increased it.
an existing employee.
Yeah, I know, I'm just asking you.
So instead of having two people, we're paying one, and it gets
Well-
a little bit of an increase.
Not really, I mean, he's replacing Dino as replacing Dino, period.
Okay.
So it's not a replacement of two, it's just that his qualifications are greater than what Dino had.
So basically, the increase will be, how many hours? Let's see, that'll be, what, 2,000 hours? What is
So it'll be about $1,200 or, no, about $12,000 higher.
Yeah,
than what we
that's
had.
what I thought, just listening to it. Seems like expensive. All right.
Does anyone have a problem with third reading on that one?
No.
No.
Jan, will you take that one? Ordinance 17, annual appropriations for salary and wages and other expenditures of the city for the period January 1st, 2016 through December 31st, 2016.
It's first reading. That's the budget, right?
Right.
First reading.
Jan, that'll be yours as well. 18, ordinance amending chapter 182, section 6 of the city's codified ordinances relative to the credit for taxes paid to other municipalities.
First reading on that?
Mayor, do you wanna?
Certainly I'll say a whole lot more out on the floor, but, you know, this is just an option for council to deal with and we're gonna, when we get out there, I'm gonna have myself and Rhonda, we're gonna explain more about the process of where we're at, and how much our funds are, what we have left available. And, I don't wanna paint a bad or bleak picture that is terrible, but, we're in a situation where I think that we're gonna have to make some real crucial decisions that will affect how we proceed in 2016.
That's a first read then. Dave, will you take that one?
Sure.
One other thing I wanted to bring to your guys' attention that was a resident had called me about was, it's called an e-commerce safety zone. Are any of you familiar with that? No. Basically, it's an area set up within our parking lot, so if you make a purchase on Craigslist, or there's a lot of popular things on Facebook now where moms sell things and, you know, they make exchanges. So what it'll do is, there'll be an area in our parking lot marked off with signs and 2 parking spots where that exchange can be made, and it gives a safe place for them to do that. So there's signs, there's cameras, it's in the police's parking lot, so it's something that a lot of communities are doing just to give people a sense of security. And I don't know how much you guys have made purchases through Craigslist or things like that, but it can be sketchy. So it's one of those things that will give you a little bit more sense of security in a police's parking lot, so when those
Yeah, I
transactions take
gather.
place.
I would never do anything like that because you never know who you're gonna deal with.
I do it often, to be honest, and
Yeah.
I would feel a lot better doing it in the police's parking lot than Walmart's. but
Yes, really.
Have we talked to the chief about it?
Yes, he's aware.
About the safe,
E-commerce safety zone.
I know a lot of communities are doing it based on the unfortunate horrible things that have happened.
We've already got
on
a
Craigslist.
designated area for it, and
Yep.
we've already got our cameras pointed at the area. We are all set up, ready to go. Signs are being prepared.
So not to make a shock, but we'll make a motion asking council to support. Really, the cost is nominal. We're talking about a
Can we
sign.
investigate it first, because we got a time of day, you know,
Anytime.
any time of day, do they have to make an appointment beforehand?
It's just parking spots in a police parking lot.
Okay.
'Cause
It's
otherwise,
just, it's a point of exchange. It's, so somebody who calls someone up on eBay, like my daughter who does a
Oh, I
lot
know.
of, on the baby exchange type things, they call up each other and they say, well, I got a crib that, I'll exchange a stroller for a crib, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
And then what they do is they meet up in the parking lot. They'll feel safe about being in a parking lot that has some security cameras, having police available to watch. Dispatch watches those cameras. It's right in front of City Hall, so it gives a sense of security.
They can always come inside the lobby if,
and
you
we'd
know,
welcome that.
for
So I don't have a
even
problem with it,
heightened-
but knowing some of the, my kids are the exact same way, it's Craigslist, eBay, and I've done Craigslist actually, where I've sold stuff and
We're gonna be
delivered it,
assuming
so.
these cameras are working, right?
The cameras have always been working, and the problem is that when we had a power outage in our community, it knocked out our recording devices for a very short period of time, which we didn't realize until we went to start to check on them. But our cameras have always been up and going.
Hey, Joe, somebody who watched the council meetings on TV said it's chopping off people's heads, like you can't see who's talking. Can they adjust that
I
or
mean,
something?
from this camera here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we could probably ask.
I can't see it on my.
Yeah.
I would also
I don't have
recommend that
cable.
everyone on the dais speak into the mic.
Yes,
Yes,
that's another
please,
problem.
speak
You can't
into
hear
the mic.
that.
And for everyone that's sitting here, there are little Post-its right at each one of their place settings, but apparently no one reads them.
Okay, Mom.
Great effort to put a microphone or a megaphone on. But do really speak up, because on the video that goes onto the website, it's sometimes inaudible.